One of the things that excites me the more about our society, our spirit society, is the fact that we're going to explore the world for the finest rare rum barrel. And to me, the idea of traveling, I've always been an explorer. So to me, the idea of traveling, getting to know other cultures, getting to know other people, I know that's going to open our minds. I think this might be my favorite part of the society. So we're really excited to present the pilot trip to Cambodia, October 23. And we're going to Cambodia because obviously my brother-in-arms, Sir Byron the Goat, has lived there for 10 years. He's been around the place. He used to travel naked with a motorcycle through the sugarcane field, so he knows everything about Cambodia. I think there's no better way to learn about a culture than a friend of yours, smart person, knowledgeable, posh, that already has known the lands and the landscapes in Cambodia, that he can really teach you about that place. So he's going to be our ambassador, our Cambodia, the Kingdom of Wonder ambassador. So I'm really excited to go to Cambodia. I've never been to Southeast Asia, or Asia for that matter. But yeah, we're really excited to present you this project, part of the Rare Spirit Society, Cambodia 2023. You know Sir Byron the Goat, he's our leader. Sir Byron the Goat.
Is it me?
Of course. Sir Byron, he's an amazing guy. He has taught us so much about exploring and about rums. Basically, he wrote this manifesto for our society. I'm gonna read this part because I think this part attains to what we're gonna do in beautiful Cambodia, Kingdom of Wonder, the Uncharted Territories. Sir Byron is the goat. He can climb any mountain, and guided by him, rare spirits will get out there. We will go where no one else has. In search of the most unique barrels of rum, Rare Spirit will travel the world, no looking back. We will uncover every continent, every corner, and every crack. We will try any rum at least once. So we salute you, Sir Byron. Show us where we're going and how we're gonna do it and how much fun this is gonna be.
Definitely, this trip will be very special for Rare Spirit Society, for us, for you. We chose Cambodia as the first pilot trip because I lived there for 10 years. I went there one day as a tourist and stayed for 10 years. That's how much Cambodia captivated me, you know. And it's a very common story for a lot of my friends. You know, my business partner there, Daniel Pacheco, the co-founder of Samay Distillery, he went there for a 3-month internship. He was living in New York before, and he's been there already for like 14 years. So there's something in Cambodia, you know, just the energy, people, the smiles, the anarchy. In this Uncharted Territories, we will go eventually to El Salvador, to Jamaica. We're talking to distilleries in Guadalupe, Mexico, Nicaragua. But we thought that Cambodia should be the first one, so that's where we're going. So this is our itinerary, right, for this first trip. So we will start at 5 p.m. because we're letting people arrive that day, and of course, if they have a night flight, then they can come the day before. But at least we give some space, right, for the arrivals and not to be stressful. So we start at 5 p.m. and we're starting with a welcome cocktails in one of the best hotels in Cambodia. And there will be some surprises because, of course, there's a welcome package, you know, and things that we're organizing. And then, of course, dinner, and there's going to be the rum festival there at Rum Bellion. So there will be some of the best bartenders from around the world. We heard that there's bartenders from Paris, from New Orleans, New York, Singapore, Hong Kong. We're going to be there for that festival. So we will enjoy actually the best bartender are going to be there in Cambodia. I mean, who would have thought, right? After that, the next day, day 2 in Siem Reap, still in the Angkor Wat section, right? So first we start the breakfast. Why not chilling in the pool? Because Cambodia, it will be hot and humid. So swimming pool at 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning is not weird. It's always a good thing. Then we are going to the temples of Angkor. I mean, there you can spend 2 or 3 days even exploring because there's not only one. Angkor Wat is the main one, but there's like the Bayon Temple, and they call it the Angelina Jolie Temple. That's where they filmed the movie, but we're only doing like a few hours. Then we have lunch where the rum fest is. Then we're thinking about the floating village and, you know, shower, refresh, dinner, and drink. Then we have day 3. So day 3, we are going to wake up really, really, really early because actually there is an amazing experience, which is on top of a temple, on top of a hill, looking at the sunrise. Something that we're thinking about. Imagine a rare rum barrel from a Cambodian distillery and being aged in the middle of a jungle where nobody knows where that barrel is, next to Angkor Wat. And then 2 years later, in our next trip to Cambodia, our task will be to find the barrel, right? So we're gonna hide it somewhere, and then find the barrel 2 years later, or 3 years later, or 5, or maybe go every year and check it. Let's do it a couple more years. Why not, right?
Why not?
Let's just try. And then, well, we have the breakfast after that, and then the relaxing and lunch. But that day, we go to Phnom Penh, which is the capital. In Phnom Penh, we're going to go straight to visit Diego Wilkin. He's also our sugarcane member, and he was also one of the early co-founders of Samay Distillery. So we're going to meet him at his leather workshop. D. Wilkins Collection is called. There he will host us for the whole night because we're going to do some arts and crafts. So he will help us create our own leather wallets or card holders or a belt. In the same location, he has a restaurant doing Spanish food, which will be funny because we will eat a lot of Cambodian food. But we have enough lunches and dinners to do that. So in this time, we're going to go a little bit out and do some Spanish tapas, which is super legit. A few more drinks there, and then let's see where the night takes us. Day 4 will be the day of Samay Distillery, right? That's when we're going to go to the distillery. We're thinking to start from 10 a.m. at the distillery until whatever the night takes us. So in the morning, we'll go there, we'll do some master classes. Maybe in the morning, we'll concentrate more on Web3, entrepreneurship, tokenization of real life assets, because maybe in the morning, we don't want to start talking about rum so early in the morning, right? Then we'll go for a Cambodian lunch, and then after lunch, we'll start with master classes with Champik, our master distiller, with Danielle, my business partner, with Sam, our brand ambassador, who's a mixologist, and we will spend the whole afternoon with them deep diving into what is rum, the rum production, specifically in Cambodia. We're going to talk about fermentation, distillation, aging, everything concerning rum. We'll become all experts of rum after that. We will try different barrels, from 10 to 15 different barrels, and then we will have the opportunity that every member, after trying these barrels, they can actually choose which barrel they like best, or if they want to blend some barrels as well, because you have blended
blank canvas,
single cask,
blank canvas,
correct, where they can create their own bottle, and then they will be able to fill their own bottle, label their own bottle, and that will be a one-of-one bottle that nobody else in the world has, especially for our members.
That's awesome.
So Samay Distillery is a distillery, right? But only on Thursday nights it opens to the public. We have been doing that since 2014, and it's an amazing space because we're going to be there. There's going to be DJs playing throughout the night. There will be a lot of people normally because we get busy every Thursday night, but we are inside the distillery. We are in a bar where mixologists with DJs, with aircon, which is very important in Cambodia, but you're surrounded by the barrels, by the fermentation tanks, by the pot still, and the pot still normally ongoing distilling, right? And that experience, it's very unique, not only in Cambodia, not only for this trip, but actually anywhere in the world to have that experience inside a distillery. It's very rare.
That's awesome.
So we're going to experience that. And then we go walking around nearby for some dinner. And then we come back to the distillery because that night will be long. It will be very long. And then Friday, we are staying one more day in Phnom Penh because there's also a lot of tourist attractions that we can do. For example, the Genocide Museum, which is, like Cambodia had a very dark history of the genocide, the Khmer Rouge. Even though going to this museums, the Genocide Museum, only by the name, you already can imagine that it's still something to experience, still something to go because you learn a lot. You go and you can see what was the experience of Cambodian people in the past, and you start to appreciate them a little bit more. So we will do that, and there's a Khmer National Museum. There could be the Royal Palace. Then we will have a Khmer lunch, and then in the afternoon will be a little bit more free. Let's say swimming pool, foot massage, which that's something that you really want to do because every time I say foot massage, your hair starts going like crazy.
My hair goes crazy. And I actually told him that we should get a foot massage every day. Why just one day?
Could be. We'll talk about it. That day in Phnom Penh, we'll continue with a sunset cruise in the river, which you have the view of the sunset behind the city, so it's amazing. Then we'll go for dinner at Armand's, which is an experience itself. It's a bistro, and Armand is the owner, and he's always there to host you. It could become a very amazing experience. And I'm not going to give details because that will be part of the... And then we're going to end up at the Rosewood Hotel, which is one of the best hotels in Cambodia, where Bob Luison, who is also a member, he's the bar director of Rosewood Phnom Penh. They have 3 different bars and 5 different restaurants, all high class, let's say. We're going to talk to him to see if he can actually be the bartender for us for a couple hours and also give us a master class in the whiskey library. And they also have Sora Bar, which has this amazing view on the 37th floor of the building. That will be a good time to close the Phnom Penh chapter, because next day we go to Kampot, baby. Kampot is actually one of my favorite spots in Cambodia. I mean, I remember I used to go there almost every weekend. There's the jungle. You can actually stay in the middle of the jungle next to a river. Or there's this hotel that I'm thinking of where it's like 5 huts, wooden hut. Where we head there, we're gonna straight to lunch in Kep, which is another area, and where they have the crab market, and you can actually see the crab. We can take it super fresh. They're still alive. We'll do that, and then we go to the hotel, check in, swimming pool, kayak. Sunset goes around 6 p.m. And that day we just stay there the whole afternoon, chilling. We can go to the city for like dinner, right? And some drinks, because it will be Saturday. And then the Sunday, what we're thinking is we go straight, we wake up, enjoy the river, maybe some kayaking, but then we go early to the Kampot Pepper Farm, La Plantación, right? And that's where we will do the Kampot Pepper Farm visit tour. We will learn about the pepper, and they have like 40 different spices that they produce. Amazing space. They have like a buffalo ride. And then we're going to have like a cooking class at the same plantation, where they will teach us how to cook Khmer food. And then we will enjoy our own food. And that will be followed by a cocktail competition that Sam, my brand ambassador, will help us and host. And we will use Khmer spices to do Khmer spice cocktails, you know. And then after that will be already a lot of time under the sun in the farm. So then we can go back to our hotel, where we are next to the river. We will have a garden, and then we can just spend the whole afternoon there. We'll do our own barbecue, and there will be a fireplace. And the next day, we go back to the minibus. But in the morning, we can actually continue enjoying the river, because you will never get enough. You will want to stay there for sure for like 2 weeks. But we are going to Koh Rong Island, which is a tropical paradise. There, you know, we have to drive to the coast in a different city to Sihanoukville, and then a boat will be waiting for us there. We jump on the speedboat. It takes us to the island. We'll get there, and there will be a tiki bar waiting for us. And we will do a tiki cocktail class or a tiki competition, or we will just make it up. Then we will end up with a seafood dinner at the hotel. And then the next day, which will be Tuesday, we actually don't have much planned, because we're going to spend the whole day in the beach, in a tropical island, right? So let's just snorkel, kayak. We can do a jungle trek. We have lunch, of course, drinks. Maybe the tiki bar stays open the whole night until the morning. Who knows? Then we put here open mic, because maybe that will be a time where we can gather after lunch, maybe, and we can gather all the members and have a workshop, discuss. Everybody do a masterclass on their own domain, you know. But we'll just keep it open and chill, because that's the last day. I mean, second to last day, because after enjoying this island and this beach day, then the next day, which is day 10, we go back to Phnom Penh, and that will be officially our last night in Cambodia. So we will go back to Phnom Penh, and then we go straight to check-in, chill, swimming pool, and then we go for dinner and a few drinks to close up our Cambodia trip. And of course, the next day, that's when people can plan their trip back home, or we're going to be there for not 2 months, but a little bit less, but we're going to be a few weeks before this trip, a few weeks after. So if people want to stay longer, happy to help them arrange the whole trip.
Can I add something?
Of course.
Another great thing that we're going to do is that we're going to take our recording crew with us. And obviously, the idea behind Uncharted Territories is to actually promote the rare rums in our collection and also the rare wines in our collection. So our idea is to record everything and create episodes. Since we're going to Cambodia first, that will be our first episode of the Uncharted Territories series. Then we go to El Salvador, we're going to Nicaragua next year. Where else are we going?
Jamaica, Guadeloupe, Puerto Rico.
So we'll create an episode for every trip that we do. Join our journey from sugarcane to liquid gold. Join our journey to Cambodia. We are going to have an amazing time. Let's do this, Byron.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's go. Vamos.